We cannot let a minority of people, and that's what it is. It is a minority of people hold a viewpoint that terrorizes the majority of people.
Welcome back to our special edition of the Situation Room from the Newseum here in Washington, where Hillary Clinton has been talking about her book, Hard Choices, taking audience questions. I'm joined now by two of the hosts of CNN's Crossfire, Van Jones and S.E. Cupp. Guys, thanks very much for helping. What did you think of that answer when she says, use the word terrorizing, talking about a sensitive issue like guns?
That was a strong shot across the bow, no pun intended. Not quite accurate. Of course, the majority of people support the Second Amendment, but that was clearly her drawing a battle line between herself and Republicans and gun rights groups. And it was just one of many in this interview where she drew battle lines, not just between herself and Republicans, but herself and President Obama. To me, I think this interview was the clearest indication that she's running. She really didn't equivocate on a lot, and I think she offered up, maybe unnecessarily, a lot of opinions that people are going to read as different from the president's and certainly different than Republicans.
Van.
I think that's true. Well, first of all, what she said about guns, you know, the majority of Republicans actually are for common sense gun reform. So I don't think she's drawing a line between herself and Republicans, but from some of the extremists. I will say this: she came as close to throwing President Obama under the bus on his foreign policy as I've heard any Democrat do.
On the issue of Syria?
On the issue of Syria. She is clear that she's looking down the road and she sees a situation where Syria gets worse and worse, and she does not want to be saddled with whatever mistakes Obama may have made. But she's got to be very careful. She was not concerned at all that there are a big number of Democrats that love this president, they're supportive of this president, and she seemed to have no concern with offending them, number one. She also seemed to have no concern for the left wing of this party that's very concerned about her position on some economic questions. There were students here. She didn't talk about student loans. She's got Elizabeth Warren to her left out there talking about student loans every day. She never mentioned it. So I think that she has definitely stepped forward now. She seems to be acting like a candidate, but there are parts of this party she seems to be not concerned about.
Well, in her defense, a lot of those economic questions didn't come up.
Fair enough.
But you're right that she's going to have to draw those distinctions and deal with the far left wing of her party. But on Syria, I counted 3 times that she offered up how she would have done it differently. 3 times. She also said on foreign policy in general, I don't believe we should be retreating from the world. I think that was a clear ding at President Obama's withdrawal from Iraq and Afghanistan and the problems that might create. She drew some distance between her immigration position and the president's. Even on marijuana, she seemed less certain than the president.
Hold on for 1 second. I want to bring Gail Santa Maria, the public school educator who asked Hillary Clinton about that question about guns. Did you get a satisfactory answer?
Hi.
I did. I thought she was very definitive about bringing back the ban on assault weapons and maybe even a ban on high-capacity magazines, which nobody needs. Nobody needs those except to kill people, more quickly.
You teach where?
I teach in Montgomery County.
So are you afraid of what has happened that we've seen at Sandy Hook and elsewhere? Do you go to school every day worried about that?
I do not. I do not. But every time there's an incident on TV, I mean, there have been 74 school shootings since Sandy Hook. If Sandy Hook isn't going to convince people to get rid of assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, looking at those 20
Well, let me just say those numbers aren't accurate, but more to the point, Democrats really suffered, and Hillary Clinton knows this, Democrats really suffered the last time they enacted an assault weapon ban. There were a lot of Democrats who were thrown out of office the last time that passed. It came up again. No one wanted to do it. There just isn't the political will, and while we all take these issues seriously, we've got to approach it from a different
I give her credit for 2 things.
way.
I give her credit for standing up to the gun lobby. I think that's a very important thing for her to do. It shows some courage. I also give her credit. She raised something I've never heard anybody raise before. Automatic registration for every American when they turn 18. That I thought was very, very smart. To vote.
Yeah.
Automatic, not for guns. Not for guns. For voting. But that was really, really inspiring because there has been this concern that there's a concerted effort on the part of Republicans to push down on the right to vote. And she came with something I think probably would have bipartisan appeal. I'll give her credit for both.
It was a good answer.
A majority of Americans, all the polls show, want better background checks, but they can't even enact that. See, that hasn't even gone forward.
No, the politics of this is, I mean, first of all, there are facts on gun control that really just don't bear some of this out. However, the politics is so tough on this issue right now that it's just impossible to get a coalition around that. And the conversation really needs to shift to mental health. And even Democrats are recognizing.
Gail Santamaria, thanks for doing an excellent job.